Okay, hello. So this is a brief tutorial on how to use Unity. For those of you that maybe have missed any sessions or may have missed any walkthroughs in class, or you just want a refresher on how to use Unity and the template that you've got as well, then this is what you need to be watching. So the first section I'm going to take you through is the Unity user interface, so what you can see in front of us here. Okay, so let's start really with what we've got at the bottom here. So at the bottom we've got some assets. Okay, and now these assets are what you're going to be storing your you know characters, objects, level design, scripts, everything like that in it. So first folder we've got is levels. And if you click in there, you can see we've got different scenes. Now they're called scenes in Unity, but we rename them to level 1. So this is scene 1, but we renamed it to level 1, level 2, and a start menu. Okay, and to get back to the assets folder, all you do is click on this asset section and it will take you back. Then we have scripts. Now in here you will find different scripts for different functions, and I'll go through each of these in separate videos, but altogether there will be a playlist which you can then use, go through in order to find a video that you need. But we'll talk about them in a different one. And then we've got our sprite. So if you go in there, currently I've only got one sprite in there, but I'll show you how to add more in. This is a dinosaur kind of sprite, so if I was making a dinosaur game, I could add that in there. So assets are the items you're going to be using in the game. Then on the left here is everything that we have placed in level 1. So in level 1, we have a camera, we have a player, an enemy, the ground, a collectible item, a goal, so somewhere where the enemy needs to get, where the player needs to get to. We also have something called a waypoint, so we've got two of them in fact. The waypoints will allow the enemy, if I click on one, you might be able to see it. So there's one, that's waypoint 2, and waypoint 1. And what will happen is the enemy will go in between both of these, and that dictates where the enemy is going to be going to. Then we've got a hazard. Now this hazard is meant to kind of look like lava. So if that player character was to jump and land in lava, he would go back to the spawn point. The spawn point is just here. There will be a score displayed during the game. You also have a key. So this key is actually invisible. So there's different purposes. You can make a key which is not invisible, or you can make a key which is invisible. Now the reason I made it invisible is as soon as my player goes to this and hits it, this barrier, which if you have a look, is there, called a wall, that will go and the player can get through. We've also got an invisible wall on the left hand side. That's to stop the player going back, because in our game we don't want the player going back. And we've got this square, which we're going to rename now background. So each of these items controls a certain thing. So for example, player, if you were to go on the player, you can edit the player as much as you like. And actually on this right hand side is what we have is the inspector. This allows us to inspect the properties of this sprite. We can change color. We can flip it on its X and Y axis. We can transform it in terms of scale, in terms of rotation. We can change the sorting layer. We can, once we've added scripts, which in the template, we've already put them in, you can change the move speed. So for example, if you want to make it move faster, you can. If you want to make it the jump force higher, you can. And you've got the rigid body and polygon collider so that it can collide with different items. So what I'm going to do is give you a very brief demonstration on what the game actually does, so you can see it in action. And then I'm going to stop the video, move on, and the next video is going to be all about the different scripts and what actually they do. So just to give you an idea of what this game is going to look like. So as you can see, the character moves left and right. If I press the spacebar, it goes up. Okay, and yeah, I can jump and land. So this item here is a collectible item. So that's that one there. And if I collect it, if I hit it, I collect it. And I don't know if you can see, but the collectible item is now no longer visible. It's actually gone. The text is no longer white. Now I'm going to jump and land on the enemy. And again, the enemy has disappeared. So there's no enemy there either. Now, the enemy has actually gone completely because in our game, when you jump on the enemy, they go. The collectible is actually still there. It's just been hidden. Now, for my game, I need to try and get over this. There we go, and I did. But if I was to accidentally fall into lava, it takes me back to the beginning. So it restarts me at the spawn point. Okay, but I'm jumping over. And then the last thing that we got on this level, is a really simple level at the moment, is this, which is our goal. So if I jump onto the goal, it takes me to the next level. Now, you'll see in the next level, everything's a little bit faster, it's a little bit smoother, and it's more zoomed in. And there's a reason for that, but I would like to get onto that a little bit later. What I want you to do is just to kind of explore this video, familiarize yourself. If I stop that now, familiarize yourself with the different items, what they do. So the player obviously controls the player. Just to recap, the enemy is this one here in red. The ground, so the ground is anything you want your player or enemy or anything to jump onto or land onto and collide with. The collectible is here, this little circle. The gold is the triangle. You've got two waypoints, waypoint 1 and waypoint 2, for the enemies to go between. A hazard that can impact the player. The player spawn. A score display, which when we actually get to making the game and completing it, will display. A key for the player to collect in order to get past the invisible wall. The visible wall. A wall that then, as I've just said, will go once the key has been collected. An invisible wall and a background. Okay. So in the next video, it will be recapping how to change the sprites. Okay, so the next video is going to be showing you how to change the sprites to match your own designs. You will need your designs in a folder and they will need to be downloaded onto whichever computer you are using in order to then bring them into your video game. So at this point, if you need to go on to the next video, I'd recommend doing so. If not, if you feel quite comfortable making your own video game, then carry on. And if there's any questions, please just ask one of us, members of staff. Thank you.